Obviously, it's first day of practice, but you guys have been together throughout the offseason. What has you excited about this Carroll football team as we enter 2018?
Well, all summer we've looked really fast, and our offense is really clicking, and we got good talent at receiver, and we got a guy who came from Lures, and he's going to be a big key of our offense, and our D-line's looking really well too.
You're a guy who, caught 30 passes last year for almost 300 yards, transitioning from receiver to the quarterback position. How has that transition gone, and how much are you looking forward to getting behind center August 17th?
Well, I played quarterback my whole life, so, going into receiver I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Got to show my athleticism a little bit and just help out the team in whatever I had to do if it wasn't behind center. And this year I'm just really looking back to being in my old how I used to be, and I'm just excited for that.
Do you think playing the receiver position gives you a little more appreciation as a quarterback, knowing, okay, I've run those routes before, I know how kind of everything works now?
Oh yeah, practice as a quarterback is easy. All you gotta do is throw, and hopefully you don't get tackled by the D-line. But like last year, running routes on air to 11 on 11 to conditioning, you were just gassed, and I really feel how they feel when they're getting gassed in practice.
As far as this team goes, tell me some of the guys who are going to step up, because obviously, Jack graduated, the Beckers graduated. You had a lot of guys graduate from the skill positions. Who are some of the guys, you already kind of talked about them, but who are some of the guys that are stepping into those roles this year?
Well, Nathan started last year, and so did Leighton Mitchell, so they're going to be a huge help on our offense. And Camden coming back from transferring out his freshman year, coming back from Lures is a huge help, and he's going to be a big threat in our offense. And then on defense, we got a bunch of young guys who played last year, playing this year, like Terrell and Ray, who are going to step up big.
You take a look at this Carroll unit as a whole. What has you excited heading into 2018, your senior season?
Just really everything. The way we're clicking on offense, the way our defense is just playing really aggressive right now. Our brotherhood has me excited, just the way we're clicking on offense, like I said, and just being aggressive on defense, and just really all being there for each other.
You guys have really changed. Coach Dinan and this program have changed the culture of the program. Whereas it was they expected to win 3-4 games a year, but you guys have had winning seasons every year since 2010. I mean, completely flipped the script now. How do you continue that, and what are some of the core values that allow you guys to have that success?
We continue that by just coming in with a good mindset of working hard, trusting in each other, trusting in the coaches to do their job. And really, we just we continue it by, every year we come out here. It's the same thing, consistency. We work hard. We, like I said, come out here, believe in each other. And, we trust in the coaches every year, so we keep just building on that, keep getting better, and the program just keeps improving each year.
Tell me about this offensive line. Who are some of the guys that are going to step up into big roles this year, and what have you seen from the O-line?
So left tackle, we have Reeve Muncie. He started a few games last year at left guard, actually, because we had George Rongos. He's doing really good for a sophomore, too. He's just improving a whole bunch. Left guard, we have Nate Spade, big dude, 6'3", 3-something. He's really progressed from last year. He's a junior. He's really stepped up. Orion Chenery started every game last year at center. He knows what he's doing, knows the game plan, so he's familiar with it. Xander Hoffman's at right guard, and he's a junior. He's new from last year, but he's really excelled at playing the right guard position. Like, he knows everything. He just understands it all because, he's been an offensive lineman his whole life, so he gets it. And then I'm at right tackle.
Okay. Considering how many skill position guys graduated, the Beckers, Jack McGill, you guys are breaking in a lot of guys at either new positions or new names, I guess, that should be stepping up on Friday nights. How much do you put that on the offensive line to make sure everything is good in the trenches so that those guys can feel comfortable and get their feet under them, if you will?
Yeah, the offensive line kind of makes everything go. Running game, or new running backs, you open holes. They lets them get comfortable running behind us. For the quarterbacks, you give them time, you let them throw to the receivers. It gives them more time to get ready with the wide receivers, and it really puts their trust in us and lets us trust them. So it just helps us out a whole lot.
Final question for me: what are the goals for this team as a unit going forward?
The goals as a unit is to work hard and get better every day. This team can go anywhere it wants to. We just have to work hard every day, come with a good attitude and just keep improving every day. It's not about the wins and losses. It's just about continually improving each week.
Tell me a little bit about this Carroll team. What have you liked throughout the offseason that you hope rolls over and going to be a strength here in 2018 when you guys start playing on the 17th?
Well, we are super young. Our defense is super young. Offense, we're really talented on our wideouts and all that, but we're super fast, and everyone's eager to learn, and I think we're ready for the season to start here.
You mentioned young on defense, but defense wins championships. So what is it about this defense that has impressed you, and what are some of the things you guys are going to need to work on to get ready for the 17th?
I think scheme is a lot for the younger guys, but there are some younger guys who have been around it enough to know what's going on, and that's what I've been excited about, because coming out, I didn't think they're going to be all like knowing like what's going on, but they've understood scheme like the best. That's what I like about it.
When you take a look at this defense, what position group do you think has the most experience and is going to really lead this unit?
D-line. Every single one of them, I have confidence in them because they're big, they're smart, they're fast, they know what they're doing, they know their gaps, they trust each other, so I'm excited for them.
You guys have really built a different culture here at Carroll than it was just 10, 12 years ago. How have you guys been able to kind of flip the script to a point where nobody can overlook you on a Friday night?
Well, I think the standard of the coaches have held us to. I think in the past couple of years, the younger guys know that standard now, so they're expected to play at a higher level. That's what I have seen going into these couple of years.
Final question for me: what's going to be the biggest key for Carroll heading into this season?
Just taking it one game at a time. I think if we look too far ahead, then it's going to get us caught up in some things. So that's what I think.
Okay. All right, Coach. You guys have built a winning tradition here at Carroll. People have expectations for you year in and year out now. As far as this team goes, what excites you about what the Chargers have coming into 2018?
Every year, you got new kids, new leaders, new personnel, whatever those things are. You lose some from graduation, some go on to do some great things in college. The excitement is starting over. The excitement is a new season. How those individuals going to fill those roles, in those situations that we lost. And the excitement of a new season. You spend a lot of time from January to June in the weight room, conditioning, getting in shape. You use June and July as implementation, you're getting in shape and still, but it's not a contact period. And the excitement happens like today. I mean, today is not much different than any day in June and July, but it's different. You're strapping it on a little differently. You're tightening up the cleats a little bit differently because the excitement's a lot different. And so the excitement every year is the newness of the personnel, the newness of the season, and everything that goes with Friday Night Lights.
When you take a look at this team offensively, obviously, Jack has graduated. You don't have a couple of Beckers out there at the receiver positions. How do you go about filling those skill position holes with guys who are now getting, some of them their first big opportunity on Friday night?
Right. And as I said, it's kind of a bittersweet thing. I mean, you lose some guys, but they're going on to bigger things. But the guys that are filling their roles, had big roles for us in the program, whether it been at a JV level or as a backup number 2, on the varsity level. And so, guys like Gaven Vogt, who's filling in at quarterback, guys like Nathan Hara, and Camden Childers who are filling in those receiver roles, will take those reins and learn their leadership roles and take over those positions.
What's impressed you about the offensive skill position guys that are stepping into those roles?
Probably the competitiveness of all of them. One of our core values is competitive excellence, and they're all competing to be the best they can every day. And that's all we ask. Be the best version of yourself every day, and I see that in all those guys. And same for defensive guys as well, being the best version of themselves.
Yeah, what excites you about this defense? Who are some of the guys coming back that are going to be leading this defense? Obviously, Reed graduated and was a big part of what you guys did last year.
On the defensive side, Colin Beeks is a defensive outside linebacker, and he's a senior. Defensive line, we've got some strong guys coming back. We got Terrell Griffin, Edmund Johnson. And we got Pelkington, Bryce Pelkington back, and then those guys. The defensive line really has to be the catalyst that's going to lead. Micah Fretz at linebacker too, and those guys, those seniors are going to have to be the guy that lead, and because some of our secondary guys are young, and so they've got to take the pressure off those young guys.
Final question for me: what are your goals for this Carroll team?
Our goals are never any different. We want to be playing the best we can. When we get to sectional time, that means we're going to improve every day. We want to be better today than we were yesterday.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. Thanks very much for everything you do.
All right.